Well, I actually haven't really been doing much filming because I've been prospecting again, but I got an 60 something and a coin, and it's a nickel. So one of my subscribers mentioned that I had a lack of nickels on my last case. The nickel might be the only thing I get today. Well, I'm out of here with a couple of the old faithfuls with the Tesoro Compadre. And unfortunately, not unfortunately, I still love it, like I said. I am out here with the Garrett pinpointer, pro pointer. I haven't given up on my TRX, but fortunately I left it at home. But I don't feel bad, like I told you before, in bringing out my Garrett pinpointer at any time. It's still rock solid. So this could be just a zinc penny. We'll see. Look. Whoa, that's an unusual looking coin. Okay, it's because it's not a coin. It's a soccer token. And the back of the stickum on the back came off. Yeah, but it's cool. At least it's something unusual I can put in a roundup. Okay, this is a old home week. Me and my compadre, and I left my TRX at home, so I got my Garrett pinpointer, and oop, I just popped off the button. There we go. Back at it. Well, the discrimination says this is probably just a zinc penny. But let's take a look. Discrimination was wrong. It's a big rusty iron plate. All right. There we go. Made another trip to this park earlier, but unfortunately, most of my parks are shut off due to construction or whatever. But this is what I got from my little signal here. Looks to be a angel. Now, if that's not a good omen, I don't know what is. But I found an angel. It was right here, and it was not too far from where I found one of my silver rings. So, that's pretty cool. The angel. I like that. I like that. I think I'll clean that up and keep that. Anyway, there we go. Hi, this is Texas Tiger Diggs with an unusual hunt today. I went out yesterday and had a pretty good clad count. You know, it was heavily zinced. But you know, there was a couple of quarters, etc., a couple of 3 or 4 dimes, etc. So it wasn't a good. It was a pretty good clad count. Today, let's look at this a different kind of way, because there is no good clad count here. Crusty zinc, copper penny, nickel. And I went out with a couple of detectors. I went out with the XP Deus, surprise, surprise, and I also went out with the Tesoro Compadre. So I went out earlier and I collected a lot of junk. 80% of this junk here was collected during the day, and what I was doing was prospecting. Now, I'm saying this again, and I think I need to define my terms, because when I say prospecting, and you're dealing with people who deal with metals, as we do in detecting, because we do have a good selection of metal detectors out there being used in Australia, in the gold fields there, and the gold fields in the United States, in Arizona. I think there's several other gold deposits, Oregon, and several other states. I don't really follow the gold designation, because it doesn't really affect me. From what I understand, of course, you know, I live in Texas. From what I understand, a lot of Texas was the basin of an inland sea. So if you want to take that long view of things, like not archaeologists, like a long historical view, geologically historical view. So we're talking, you know, millions of years, if you believe in that. And I'm not saying you should or shouldn't, but that's their explanation of how things happened in this state. So we were at the bottom of an inland sea, so a lot of the valuable minerals were sluiced or swept away by that inland sea. At least that's the story I've heard. I'm sure somebody can clarify that and tell me if I'm talking complete and utter junk. But that was what I heard. In any case, let's just say there's not a lot of gold in Texas. I'm sure there's more in New Mexico. There's definitely more in Arizona. There's definitely more in California. Why not? Why don't I leave California off my initial list? I don't know. I must be tired. Anyway, California, etc. So, just removing all that extra information, there's very few gold deposits. So I'm not talking about prospecting in the classical sense of the terms. I'm talking about what prospectors do. Prospectors grab a pail of dirt, pebbles, etc. from some bend in the river, and they pan through all of that dirt. They separate, they classify, and eventually they come up with something valuable. That's basically what the majority of us who do metal detecting do, especially those of us who were looking for jewelry. And so we're not, we have to grab piles of crap and find the pearls. So this is an extension of my piles of crap. Oh, I don't know. That's not it. Let me move these over to the side. So I've got screw caps. I've got I don't know, some disc of some, probably ferrous because it's rusting. I don't know what this is. Something melted. I have no idea. This is something melted. I have no idea why it's in the middle of a part. I got more foil, 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 and more foil. And I don't know, it's a piece of rusty metal. And this is screw cap. Alright, and here I have a big rusty piece of metal, which of course gave a great signal. Which is usually the case. I don't know what it is. Small piece of aluminum, more aluminum. I guess it's aluminum. Anyway, and my little selection of pull tabs, a couple of square tabs, a couple of pull tabs, and a beaver tail. So that was my trash take. Now over here I got things I don't classify as trash. I have this little It's come unglued. It's a little medallion or a coin, a soccer. You know, I've got a lot of soccer stuff from this field. There's a lot of soccer players, so I always keep that in my interesting but worthless box. My what I like to call my conversation starters. So that's cool. Now, in the latter part of the trip, I told you I got out my compadre, and my compadre found, actually, it found this, and it found this angel. I like the angel. It's like a little child's angel. It's got a little heart in the middle. You know, it's classic. It's classic junk. Well, I never call anything with a religious significance, even in a long long look, as junk. But it's not a valuable metal. But I like that. I really do like that. I'll probably clean it up and put it in my box. You know, and I found that not far from where I found one of the rings. I said, let me go over here and see if I can find anything over here, like there'd be another ring there. But I wasn't really expecting anything. But I found the angel, so I'll look at that as a good omen. In any case, like I said, that's my little collection: nickel, copper, penny, crusty zinc. So wasn't a big day. I think I always do this prior to getting the videos off of my other camera. In this case, cameras. It's only a couple of hunts, the one that showed the collection of the nickel. There may have been one or the other of these pennies on a hunt, I'm not sure. And then it's going to show, you're going to show you where I dug the angel, or I'm going to show you the hole I dug the angel from. So that's all that you've seen on there. But like I said, I just wanted to classify. Prospecting to me is collecting everything and then finding the valuables in it. And this is, these are two minor valuables. Now, they're not the jewelry I'm looking for, but I'm also looking for anything interesting. So, and of course, the coins. It's 6 cents. What's that? 0.00001% of a gallon of gas value right there. Give or take a zero. Anyway, so that's what I've got, and that's what I did today. So I'm going to post this video. I'm always slow to do this because I'm afraid there are going to be people all over the country saying unsubscribe, unsubscribe, unsubscribe. But I gave this as my mission statement to begin with. Even if I do dual hunts and I show it, and I only show you, I do the dual hunts and then I show you what I get. I don't ever put them together because I always want to show you day by day what I've gotten. So today, so even when I give a compiled hunt, you still see a day by day breakdown. So this is what I've got today. This is my daily vlog. This is my daily take, and the angel, and the soccer coin or whatever, and the nickel and the penny, and that was my return. And it's one of those days. Someday you get the silver bracelet, someday you get the silver rings, someday you get the gold rings. I haven't met that day yet, but I'm still looking for it, still prospecting. Anyway, this is Texas Tiger Digs. I'll talk to you later, and I will see you at the next hunt or at the next dig.